What nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Magi, Sinbad no Bouken, chapter 119. And last chapter, we got to see Judar! Judar is just fucking adorable. And also, we are now officially in the final arc of Sinbad no Bouken, which is the Parthivian War. And we're gonna find out, like, what caused Sinbad to just freaking snap in a way? Like, what caused David to come into the picture, in the sense? Because there's something, like, we know we have a sense of who's gonna die from the main cast, but, like, we to this point, we don't know, to this point, Sinbad hasn't encountered David yet. So we're going to encounter David at some point in this arc. We are. Because otherwise, Labyrinth of Magic wouldn't have spoiled Sinbad no Bouken for us. So I'm glad we're in this arc, and we're going to find out more about Sinbad's relationship to Judar. Because remember, in Labyrinth of Magic, and I think this was like near the beginning of Labyrinth of Magic. Yeah, when we first met Judar and we were with Sinbad, Judar mentioned their relationship and their fights and wars and shit like that. So we're gonna find out more about that relationship. But anyway, and the other thing I thought that was cool with Judar, we found out that Judar created some of the dungeons, which I thought was cool. And apparently, he's Saradine's Magi. He's not Sinbad's Magi, he's Saradine's Magi, which I thought was cool. Because he's connected to Zephyr. And something that I thought was weird then, and I think we're going to get an explanation probably near the end of the manga. And this is probably going to be after the war. Because, spoiler alert, Saradine's going to die. So we're going to probably find out why Judar doesn't become Sinbad's Magi. Because theoretically, because Zephyr ends up becoming Zephyr becomes Sinbad's vessel, then theoretically Judar should have become Sinbad's Magi. And if you're up to date with Labyrinth of Magic, Judar should have really been Sinbad's Magi. He should have been. But anyway, let's get to the chapter. So it's called A Turbulent Invitation. Let's take back Parthivia. Celadine, Sinbad, hey brat. I'm not a brat. I'm the Magi Judar. Let's say that Parthivia really is going through an internal purge, like you said. If that's true, I can't just overlook it, but I also can't trust you immediately either. You're a Magi, right? A Magi should be able to fly or disappear in an instant. The Magi I met before could use his magic to do things like that. You're a great magician, aren't you? Can't you just teleport us to Parthivia? You're making fun of me? You're making fun of me. Fine, I'll show you. Judar's like, I ain't having this shit. Watch me witness the power of a real Magi. Or I thought I'd show you, but now I don't wanna. I love his attitude. Huh? But you just said you would. But it'll just wear me out, and it's not my job to take you anywhere. I don't really need your trust. After all, sooner or later, you'll definitely realize that you need my power. What should we do, Sin? No matter how you look at it, we're dealing with an opponent whose nature we can't comprehend. It would be dangerous to let him be. We can't just ignore him. I don't know who sent him or why he was really sent here, but we also can't overlook the information he's given us. You know who was training him, and we know this too from Labyrinth of Magic. It's that bitch Arba, that stupid bitch Arba. She was, oh man, Arba, that stupid bitch. I got a feeling that Arba, because if you are up to date with Labyrinth of Magic, you know Arba was fucking setting Sinbad up. She was, and I got a feeling, especially in the case of this situation too, Because remember, Sinbad still hasn't met David yet. I got a feeling she did this. She had Judar here on purpose. Because remember, I got a feeling at the end of the war with Parthivia, at the end of this arc, especially after Saradine dies, that's when Sinbad's going to meet David. And that's when he's going to start hearing David's voice. I'm telling you, that's when it's going to happen. He really is a Magi after all. Zephyr said it so himself. We can use him. It would be best to have him stay where we can keep an eye on him. Celadine, sorry, but we'll leave him to you. After all, he claims to be your Magi. Please look after him. Oh, that smile! Oh, God, he's cute. I understand if anything happens, I'll report back to you. You should have just come with me in the first place. Shut up, we still don't trust you. Ow! Ow. You put up another board. Serves you right, idiot. Sinbad, do you have a minute? What is it, Draken? It's about that child. About Judar? We have no proof, but what he said is most likely true. About the Purge in Parthivia? I've told you about it before, about how we managed to flee from Parthivia. At the time, one of the 4 heavenly generals transformed into an unusual form and attacked us. Thanks to my own transformation caused by my household vessel, I was able to protect everyone. We all escaped safely, but the problem is this incident implies that Parthivia already has the technology to infuse dungeon creatures with human beings. With that technology, if they turn an entire army division, or worse, all of the citizens of Parthivia into monsters, Parthivia would gain military prowess never seen before. Lady Selin must have realized this as well. A purge in order to create more of these creatures, we can't deny that it's a possibility. So when it comes to Parthivia, we should remain extremely cautious. I understand. Let's investigate what's going on in Parthivia. Half a month later, Balabab Royal Prince. Wait. Sorry, I said Prince. But Balabab Royal Palace. I don't know why I read that as Royal Prince. Royal Palace. Okay, so here we go. Let's investigate what's going on in Parthivia. I see, you weren't able to find land for your own country on the Dark Continent. I'm sorry it wasn't more helpful, Sinbad. Alibaba's daddy! That's okay. It was an interesting place. There were many mysterious plans in a vast desert that seemed to go on forever. I'm glad I visited the Dark Continent. Besides, it helped me find new friends and establish new international alliances. Ha, you never rest. Zephyr, the Tauren village, you really are interesting. You've certainly done plenty to fill another volume with stories of your adventures. By the way, about the Magi you mentioned, I've only ever heard legends about Magi, so I'm afraid I cannot tell you anything about that child. About the situation in Parthivia, I've heard that ever since the ceasefire treaty, domestic affairs in Parthivia have stabilized. I haven't heard anything about something as inhuman as a purge going on. I see. If you're that worried about it, you should go see how it is for yourself. Mentor, after Reem, Parthivia is one of our largest trading partners. It wouldn't be unusual for me to visit Parthivia on a diplomatic trip, and after listening to your story, I think it might be beneficial to visit Parthivia as soon as possible. All that's left is to put together my escort for the trip, and since the rumors of a purge hint at potential danger, I'll have to take the best of the best with me. So that's how it is. Will you accompany me as part of my escort, Sinbad? I'll even take you to meet him, the current emperor of the Parthivian Empire. Oh! Sneaky! Alibaba's papa is smart. So next chapter, we're going to see the current affairs of the Parthivian Empire, and then we're going to see if what Judar is saying is true, which it probably is. There's a purge. God, it's making me think of freaking Rick and Morty. Really is. But anyway, what do you think about this chapter? I love that we're seeing. I wish we would have gotten to see Alibaba. He's probably studying economics or something in the palace. But anyway, what do you think about this chapter? And what do you think about the situation itself? Because remember, this is the first time that Draken is mentioned mentioned the situation in Parthivia in a while, because remember when he escaped, that was when his household vessel caused him to transform from a human into the current form he's in right now. So anyway, this is going to be interesting, especially, and this is, oh man, the next this arc is going to be so good. I got a feeling it's going to be interesting because we're going to gather all of our alliances together and we're just going to go to war and it's going to be really sad. But anyway, fucking A, I love Judar's attitude. I really do. I love his fucking badass attitude. He was a snot-nosed brat as a kid. He kind of reminds me, and I don't know what you nerdigans think or not. He kind of reminds me of Jafar as a kid before Rimuru got his hands on him. Oh my god. I can't wait for Judar to meet Rimuru. Oh man, Rimuru is gonna try to put Judar in his place. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for Rimuru to meet Judar. Because remember, Jafar was a foul-mouthed little asshole, just like Judar. Well, Judar isn't foul-mouthed, but he's just an ass. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this chapter and what you think so far. And do you think, are you in the same line of thinking as me that Arba is setting this shit up to where Sinbad, this is where Sinbad's by the end of this arc, that Sinbad is going to meet David, or he's going to start hearing David's voice in his head. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. And if you love what I'm doing and want to, wait a minute. Contribute to the Nerdigans expansion, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can donate to the Nerdigans Patreon or Nerdigans Inc. Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. Both links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitch, and friend me on PlayStation Network. And also, I will be on Vaughn Live tonight as well, so check that shit out too. The link, everything's in the description box below. And until next time, my fellow Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!